Chats with Kevin.
And I'm Kelly, and today is Friday, June 11th.
Yeah.
And we are very excited that it's June 11th.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
We're so excited around here because on June 18th is my last day of work for at least 2.5 months.
Yes. And then hopefully when you come back, there won't be, all of the plastic shields up and mask and everything else. That'd be great.
That'd be great. I don't know about it, but we'll see. And it's been a great week so far. It's been fun. We've had lots of fun stuff to do with kids. So work has been easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
So how about you? Work been all right?
Work's all right. I mean, my job's never going to be easy. It's, I'm paid to take a beating for the cable company. So there's that. So.
Gotta make that money, honey.
Yeah. Gotta get the cheddar.
All right. So, our highlight of the week
was Tilly's birthday on the 7th. She was 4 years old.
Tilly is 4
years old.
And we're actively right now trying to teach her the word quiet. We'll see.
She's a Chihuahua though, so
yeah, we'll see. I've come armed with Tilly's favorite. She will do anything for peanut butter. And so I don't know if it will stop her from barking in the middle of a wild rant, but a couple of times, like I came in today and she barked a couple times and I said quiet and she stopped. So that was good. So she's getting older and, a
little more mature. But we do have a new thing. The neighbors, they used to have a lab, and the lab passed, but and it was a cool dog. But now they got a boxer.
They have a boxer pit mix.
Layla, and
cutest.
Tilly is not happy about it.
Tilly doesn't know. That dog is adorable. I saw the neighbor walking the dog as we were going out the other day, and I was like, "Oh, do you mind if we pet her?" And he goes, "Oh, is she gonna jump on you?" I was like, "I don't care. We love boxers." And when I came in, Tilly did a full inspection from the toes up. I'm like, what is that smell?
Yeah.
And so now she's getting accustomed to seeing Layla outside. Because we have a picket fence, a split rail fence between us and our neighbor. And so she can see.
Yeah. And then with the warmer weather, there's more critters running around in the backyard. There's
the bunnies,
the squirrels. There's a couple bunnies. This morning there was a lizard. I didn't tell you about that. Yeah, lizard.
Don't let her out there with the lizard. She is the lizard assassin.
She ran after it, but the lizard scurried away before she got to it.
Yeah, one of Tilly's nicknames is the lizard assassin because she will kill a lizard.
Funny thing this week, she's got a ton of nicknames. Tilly does. She's got Nugget and Lovey and
Bucket.
I call her Baby Girl. She's just got a ton of them. And for whatever reason, Kelly floated Biscuit at her. And it didn't work.
Even Tilly looked at me like,
the hell? She's like, because you said it weird. Because you realized you were.
I tried to stop myself in mid.
Biscuit, yeah.
Biscuit. It was a Limp Biscuit.
Yeah.
It didn't go over well. She even thought it was. And then he had to come in and say, "Did you just call her a biscuit?" That's the weirdest thing we call Tilly.
Yeah.
I mean, I call her a bucket. She's my little love bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she's underappreciated.
Oh, I love her to death. I can't even tell you.
I had company at the house on Monday, book club. I'm in a book club, and we met here for dinner, and she just barked her little tail off.
Mm-hmm.
Until everybody, it was so funny because everybody got here at the same time. And they came in and she was barking. And I said, once you sit down, she'll be fine. And they all came and sat down and she stopped barking. And I'm like, wow. Those people were well trained by Tilly.
She is a trainer dog because she trained us how to trade.
She barters.
Yeah.
She knows the word trade. She'll bring you anything she can find. If you're eating something she wants a piece of.
Mm-hmm. And she knows to go to grandma first because grandma's the easiest mark. And then grandpa.
And then grandpa.
And then mom. And then Mike. And then me. I'm the worst mark.
No, you're not.
I am.
Michael's a worse mark than you are.
I guess so. Maybe Mike's the worst mark.
Michael's the hardest core with not feeding her from the table.
Yeah.
But Tilly knows who her people are. you know who she comes to, Grandma, when she wants food from the table. And she comes to Mommy when she wants cuddles.
Because Grandma will feed her stuff she shouldn't feed her, like chocolate.
No, she won't.
Not like straight chocolate. It's just like, what, like something with a little chocolate covering on it.
A little bit won't hurt her, though.
Yeah.
So Tilly's 4th birthday was very exciting. We didn't do anything.
Not really.
Last year we had like a cookie cake and we really sang to her. And this year it just kind of... We did sing to her a lot.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do up when she came here date. Because the 7th was her birthday. And then we got her
gotcha day. It was in August.
It was August, I want to say
10th?
9th or 10th.
I don't remember. I'm sure it's on Facebook. I think
it was either the day before or the day after my mom's birthday.
Okay.
My mom's birthday.
All right, so we had to do it up big for Tilly. Mm-hmm. Comment below if you know what to do big for a little 15-pound chihuahua who loves cuddles and peanut butter.
And barking.
Those are her 3 best traits. Mm-hmm. Well, her 3 most consistent traits.
And protecting the mama.
Yeah. She will walk behind me. She's gotten into this thing now when, like, if I get up and go down the hall, she'll follow me, obviously, everywhere I go. But she taps the back of my leg with her nose as we're walking, just so that I know she's there. And then if I'm sitting in the recliner and I have my feet crossed or my ankles crossed in the recliner, she'll tap the bottom of my foot with her nose so that I know to move my legs so she can jump up. Yeah, she's well trained.
Yeah, you're well trained.
I can't help it. Yeah. She's cute.
She is. She's the best.
She did get ferocious with me the other day, and I got mad at her because all I was trying to do was give her a kiss. Mm-hmm. And then she showed
said she was sorry. She said she was sorry.
She said she was sorry by rolling over on her back so I could pet her belly. Right. That's how she said, I'm sorry.
She's presenting, Hey, Mommy, I'm sorry. Here's my belly. You can kill me if you want.
Do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. We didn't really have anything else going on this week except for that.
The other thing that was cool, though, I did make an attempt at country fried steak. I've never made it before. I love it. I've made no bones about it. A couple episodes back we talked about it. But I never made it. Well, when we ordered flank steak from Walmart, they substituted sirloin. So these big, huge sirloins in lieu of
nothing like flank steak. Nothing.
Yeah, not even remotely the same. Really, I mean, it's beef. That's it. It came from a cow. That's the only thing that was similar. The meat, the textures, texture's different. There's different musculature, the whole nine. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to try making country fried steak. And it's not something I've never done before. I don't usually throw sirloin on the grill. I don't really know how to make it.
We don't really cook sirloin. It's not a meat we normally eat.
Like ribeye or
either ribeye or flank steak.
Yeah, is one or the other.
Pretty much it.
So
or prime rib.
Yeah, or prime rib.
And we've done filet.
Yeah.
Oh,
the filet experiment
I just forgot about that experiment. Yeah, that was. I could have made my top 5 if I had remembered in time. Anyway.
So my mom gave me this thing that tenderizers with all these little blades in it, and you smash it in the meat and whatever, and it cuts it, little pinholes in it, and just bash the hell out of it down. Just made them even bigger and cut them up. Breaded them with flour with paprika, salt, and pepper, and garlic powder, and egg wash, and then back into the flour. Fried it up. Man, it was good. It was really good. I couldn't believe how well it came out.
It was the best country fried steak I've ever had.
Oh, that's good.
It was so good, and I did not think it was going to work out.
I honestly was thinking, man.
The last time we did try to make country fried steak, we used, I don't know what it is. We bought those
It was all pre-cooked,
and it was terrible. It was terrible. I hated it. It was tough. Yeah. This was so tender. You could just cut it with your fork. Oh, it was.
Yeah,
so good.
Your mom cooked them, but they were tough.
It was the meat that wasn't. I didn't like that whatever type of meat, that cube steak or I don't know, whatever it was. I didn't like it. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
So I didn't have high hopes,
and
you really stepped up. And then he cleaned the entire kitchen.
Yeah. Well, I'm a messy cook.
He is a messy cook, but you scrubbed everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
While we sat there and said, wow, Kevin, that was delicious. And thank you for cleaning it.
Yeah.
So kind of a slow week, but coming up to, some good stuff.
Yeah.
Coming up to some good stuff. So, it's starting to thunder.
Yeah, it's raining now.
Is it?
Yeah.
We made it home just in time. Okay, so we have some of my favorite moments. Our top 5 and our one last thing, which is our TikTok video of the week. Seriously, people, stay tuned. It's hilarious.
Because we're adding some extra stuff in with the TikTok.
We are. So we will be back with all of that.
Hey, everybody. We're back. And this is our top 5.
All right. So our top 5 this week is the top 5 of our favorite memories of our time spent together.
Yeah.
So favorite memories of something we've done together or something that happened with us. So obviously,
15 years worth of material we're condensing to 5 things.
I mean, and there's no way. Like, I just went with the 5 things that foremost came to my head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say these are my top 5, but they're like the 5 I thought of.
And we also try to not repeat stuff that we've told on the before, because we want to keep it fresh.
Yeah. So we don't want to repeat a ton of stories, which I hope I don't. I don't know if I've talked about some of these, but I don't think so. But anyway, and of course, Kevin would like you to know that they're all clean.
Yeah. Because there's stuff that obviously there's never ever going to see the light of day. There are moments that are just not going to, and that's fine. Every couple's got them. And just so you know, we're just like every other couple. We've got those moments that are just funny to us, but you're never going to hear them.
Oh my gosh, a few more just popped into my head. Not that I can't say them or share them. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Just came out wrong.
We're not doing it again. We'll keep going.
Okay, so you want to go first with one of yours? Or
all right, I'm gonna go backwards this time.
Okay.
All right. So, one of my favorites was we tried to do Thanksgiving, at least with my family at some point, sometime, or one of the holidays, one of the major holidays. One year we were able to host, which is a rare thing for us. So we hosted, and we had
remembered where this might be going.
My mom, my brother, and my 2 brothers, their wives and kids, and my aunt Kathleen, and I don't remember if Joe came or not, but I remember Aunt Kathleen was here.
I can't remember, but this girl's first time ever hosting someone else's family for Thanksgiving. And
it was great because, first of all, I love my Aunt Kathleen. She was awesome. The whole reason I love movies, I'll tell that some other time to do a tribute to her, but she's a ball buster, though. She was like, giving Kelly shit about, you're not using Bell's seasoning. You're not doing this with the just while she's cooking. So.
We had Bell's seasoning, but I wasn't using enough.
Yeah.
I kept adding it, and she kept telling me to add more and more. And then it was like cooking it in the paper bag, which my family's never done. Kevin's family's always done it.
Yeah.
So,
but the trip of it was the turkey ended up, we couldn't tell, and it ended up, we cooked it upside down. And we pulled it out, and we realized there's something wrong with this turkey. And then we realized what it was, and we cooked it upside down. Now, first of all, it didn't look great, but it was, no lie, the juiciest damn turkey I've ever had in my life. It was one of the best Thanksgiving turkeys of all time.
It was
upside down.
It was not the showstopper Thanksgiving turkey you see like in all the.
Oh yeah, there's no way this is like some.
It looked like roadkill.
Hallmark. It wasn't the Hallmark Channel freaking turkey. What's that guy? Norman Rockwell. That classic Norman Rockwell turkey. It didn't even look as good as the one from Christmas Vacation before they cut into it. But I swear to God, flavor-wise, it was the juiciest, most flavorful goddamn turkey ever. So if you ever want to cook a turkey, and I've had people tell me, yeah, cook a turkey upside down, and then in the last like half hour, flip it over so the skin gets right. Which we didn't do.
That didn't happen either.
Yeah, because we didn't realize it was upside down, so we pulled it out with a house full of people.
And it's not the first turkey I've cooked. Like I generally
never happened before.
Do the
never
turkey
happened
every year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it was just nerves and
And honestly, when we put it in, you couldn't really tell it was upside down. It was just the way it was a butterball, and it was kind of, I guess, a really plump turkey that plump enough to where.
Yeah, both sides were plump.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
He was plump, coming and going.
Yeah, yeah, but it was literally the best Thanksgiving turkey I've ever had. It looked like roadkill, like
Oh my gosh, that was
the Rose family Christmas for sure.
That was a classic.
Yeah.
See, I'm so glad we don't share these beforehand because you probably come up with 5 completely different things that I haven't even thought about. All right, so I'm going to go to my number 5, and it happened in the winter time, and we had gone shopping with my mom, and the driveway was a little icy, and our house sits up on a hill. It's inclined, and the driveway's got a little bit of an incline. And so Mom gets the car parked, and Kevin's horsing around. So he gets out, and he's, getting the packages, whatever. And he's standing in the driveway by my door, and he's just slowly sliding past my window.
I legit was sliding. I was playing a little bit, but I started sliding, and I just
sliding, and he's just slowly passing, and it was really funny. So then he grabs the stuff, and we had bought new frying pans. And so Kevin has these new frying pans. How many were there? 2 or 3?
Like 3. There was
3. And so he's carrying them, and he walks up to the front of the car. Did we back the car in? We backed the car in. So Mom and I are still sitting in the front seat, looking away from the house. And Kevin is got these things, and he's going into the garage. And all of a sudden, Mom and I just hear this clang, clang, clang. And we look, and he's completely gone. He has slipped on the ice and thrown these 3 good-sized frying pans straight up in the air, because I think all we caught was the frying pans coming down.
Yeah, it was bad. I just suddenly everything was out from under me. I don't even remember hitting the ground. I just remember being on the ground and then thinking, I'm going to get hit in the face with a frying pan. Thankfully, I didn't get hit in the face with a frying pan.
What's worse than falling on the ice is than getting hit in the face with a frying pan 3 times.
Just like every cartoon ever. I live a cartoon life. I'm thinking, shit, I'm on the ground. I'm going to get hit in the face with a frying pan.
It was definitely a cartoon moment. But Mom and I sat in the front seat laughing so hard. I couldn't even check to see if he was okay. And in my head,
I was yelling at them to stay in the car.
In my head, I was like, oh my God, he busted his knee or he's hurt. But I couldn't get the words out to see if he was okay because we were just laughing so hard. Yeah. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh, it was great. It was great. But I didn't want them to get out and then be on the ice and get hurt. I'm all right. I'm screaming it. And so then I threw as much salt because Dad's always got bags and bags of salt in the wintertime. And I threw as much salt out as I could.
Oh, I have a headache.
And
that was funny.
Oh my God.
One of my favorite memories of Kevin. And actually, I never even saw Kevin fall. I just saw the frying pans dispersing.
And then it been clanging like freaking church bells.
I remember it in slow motion. It was just one of those classic moments that it just was perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I'm glad you weren't hurt, but, it was really funny. All right. Your next one.
My next one. Okay. So, as you all know, we are in Practical Jokers super fans. So one of my favorite moments was there's kind of 2 things. Is one, the fact that our last movie that we went to together in the theater before the pandemic was their movie, which is great. It's on HBO Max. Watch it. It's a fantastic watch.
I mean, if you're not a fan of Impractical Jokers, you probably won't enjoy it all that much, but
the other thing was going to their live show in where was it? Chrysler Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just surreal to be in a room full of people that are like us, And
we had the most awesome seats.
We did. We had fantastic seats. Balcony seats that were...
Yeah, and it was just him and I. Hall, it was 2 seats on the... I mean, for me, it was awesome because I wasn't crowded in anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. But, and there were people there that we knew because we were posting on Facebook, and there were actually people in the room with us that we knew saying, oh, we're here too, It's like that. It was just awesome. Night. It was a fun night.
That was a really fun night.
And, they're great live. One of my favorite stories they told was when they did it on the show. They had filmed when Q had accidentally texted or he tweeted his real phone number to a wrestler he was trying to send a private message to.
Yeah.
And it went to everybody. So he's like on the phone with his service provider to change his number. Well, as soon as they got his number changed, Joe Gatto's like tweeting that new number.
Because Q was like repeating the number out loud while the rest of them were sitting on their computers in the room. And then Joe just retweeted, hey, here's Q's new number, and retweeted his new phone number out. Which,
of course, gets flooded with phone calls. And then he does it again a third time. And this time Sal's like, hey, by the way, Q's new number is.
They would mess with him. It was very funny.
It was great.
The way they play off of each other. And listening to one of their recent podcasts where they were like, they're really rusty because they've been not touring all this time. And it's taken them some time to get back into that like rhythm where they can kind of play off each other. But you know what? As I'm looking at my list of the top 5, 3 of them are really at your expense.
Yeah. That works.
That's okay, fine. So my number 4 memory, again, is a Kevin moment. We might have talked about this one, but we were at a funeral, his aunt's funeral. Oh my God. And, there's two things. Well, there's a lot of things. So his mom had asked us to pick up some mums on the way. I am not a plant person. I can't keep plants alive. I don't dig in the dirt. They look pretty, but I could not tell you the name of anything outside of like a rose and a carnation. So, and a hydrangea. I'm pretty well versed on those 3. So I had no clue at the time really what mums were.
And I didn't either.
And Kevin didn't either. So we stopped at this greenhouse.
Yeah.
And we got out and the woman's like, oh, can I help you? We're standing outside. And Kevin's like, we're looking for mums. And the woman just started laughing. And we're like, so funny. And she goes, all of these are mums. And we look around, we're like in a field of mums. Yeah. We didn't even know it. So that was pretty
Apparently
funny.
The mums are, if you don't know, is like the potted plants you see that are just like
I'm pretty sure almost everybody except us knew what mums are. So we have these big.
Great. I'm here to pick up flowers for my aunt's funeral. Then that lady
flipped
the switch. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she was up my ass trying to, help us find the right flowers.
It's funny how you said up your ass because.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When we get to the funeral, Kevin's taking these big pots of mums in, and they ask him to put them, in by the
casket.
And so Kevin goes in and he like leans over to put the mums down and completely splits the ass out of his pants.
Yeah.
To the point where he had to ask his cousin's wife to check his ass.
Yeah.
To see if his pants were split.
I heard it split. And my cousin Joe was looking at my aunt with her daughter, and he had to have heard it split because he kind of scoops her away, and I just stand straight up. And I look, and there's Mary, my cousin's wife, and I'm like, Mary, come here. So she comes over, and I says, I need you to check my ass. And she's like, what? I was like, I need you to check my ass. And she's like, I was dead serious.
Split my pants. Can you check for me?
She says, like right now? I said, I need you to check my ass. So she does this number. She says, it looks all right. And I said, I split my pants open. Well, she just turns beet red, trying not to laugh because she is 2 feet away from an open casket, right? So she's like, go find your wife. So I go and I'm scurrying outside doing the crab walk, so I'm not being.
As long as he didn't put his hands in his pockets, he was okay.
Yeah. So I find her. I'm trying not.
I'm standing outside with the rest of the family who really is not wanting to go into this funeral.
No, none of we're not funeral people.
And so he comes over to me and he was like, "I split my pants," and I just busted out.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Like it was so funny.
We bring the fun to the funeral. The Rose Boys do. They sure do.
And then when the ceremony started, Kevin finds his way into like a corner. So he's standing in a corner.
Yeah.
And his mom comes in and she's telling him to get out of the corner because she wanted to be in the corner.
She didn't want no part of it. She didn't want. My mom loves her sisters, but she also hates funerals and dead bodies and the whole nine. She didn't want no part of being anywhere close to that casket. So she wanted to be the furthest possible.
She wanted to hide in the corner where Kevin was hiding with his split pants. And Kevin kept saying, I can't get out of the corner, Mom. I can't get out of the corner. And she's like, get out of the corner. He's like, I can't get out of the corner. And she goes, what'd you do? Split your pants?
Like loud as hell.
Really loud.
Everybody looks at me and I'm like, yeah, I did. And she's like, Well, get out of the corner anyway. I was like, so I scooch over. I'm like,
do you ever wish you had a wife that was just so slightly more sympathetic in moments like that?
No, it was great. It's great. Well, that wasn't even in it. I mean, we could do a whole podcast.
We could do a whole podcast on funeral stories. So don't. Yeah, let's.
We'll save that.
Well, let's not though, because
that would be the teaser for a couple weeks from now, or whatever. But oh my god!
All right, what's your next one?
All right, my next one. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, all right. So a while back, for years, there's only been one Long John Silver's in Virginia Beach, sat on the boulevard. And they finally opened up one on Bird Neck. And we like Long John Silver's. Nothing at all remotely healthy about Long John Silver's, but it's great stuff.
There are two Long John stories. One we cannot tell you.
We're not going to.
And then in my head, I was like, he is not going to.
I'm not telling him. I'm not telling that one.
Okay.
Of course I'm not telling him. Okay. That's just us.
Gotcha.
All right. But they opened one up on Bird Neck. So we decided we'd go out there. And Bird Neck is not the safest part of town. Or at least this part of Bird Neck is not the safest part of town. Because we go in and I'm ordering food and I'm focused on eating food. Well, apparently there was a conversation with some folks at the Bird Neck Long John Silver's. One of them had just got shot. And there was two guys and a girl. One of the guys got shot. The other guy, he was in the car. And the other guy and the girl, the guy was pissed because he just wanted to eat some goddamn Long John Silver's.
The girl was trying to convince him they need to take the other one to the hospital, who was in the car shot.
She's like, we need to go.
I'm listening. He's oblivious. Kevin,
Finally, I catch on. I was like, yeah, we should probably go. So we get out in the car. And we're like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. So I go to pull out, and I just miss, just riding on the road, there was people coming through, big cars and trucks rolling in, and then there's just this dude on a Jazzy, just booking it through through the intersection into the thing. I was like, what the hell?
A Jazzy, if you don't know, is a motorized mobility chair.
Yeah, it was and it was flying through. I was like, oh my god! And then he almost gets creamed by a giant truck. I was like huge diesel truck, not a semi, but like a redneck truck just about to run his ass over. I was like, oh my god. And then we try to pull out a little bit, and then there's another couple. There's a woman pedaling this bike with what looked like a baby carriage on the back, but it was a full-grown adult in the back of it, doing the wheelchair
and he had a broken leg.
Yeah, just in this kid cart thing in the back of the
thing. It was definitely built for a child, and you just pull it behind your bicycle on a leisurely ride, not on the highway.
And I was like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is...
It did feel like for a moment there we had descended into the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, everywhere we turned, it was just crazy shit happening.
Kevin's like, we're never coming back here. And not much longer after that, they closed
it down.
They closed that down.
Oh my God, thank God, because...
they turned it into a Dunkin' Donuts, though. And it's still there. It's still going strong.
And the one time who went there as a Dunkin' Donuts, they only had peanut donuts. Mike was pissed.
That's happened to Michael on multiple occasions.
Yeah. You go to Dunkin' Donuts after a while.
Yeah, there's a reason why Dunkin' Donuts doesn't use the "it's time to make the donuts" jingle anymore, because they don't make them. Yeah, they make them in the morning, and then when they're gone, they're gone. Till you got nothing left but peanut donuts.
Which they're not doing their market research if that happens more than once.
Yeah, true that. So anyway, that was funny. Okay. So I have another pants story about Kevin. This is the last one of my 5 that is, at your expense. Uh-huh. But this is the one I think we might have told. We went to try a new pizzeria out, and Kevin went in to pick the pizzas up.
We told a very shortened version of this.
And as he was walking back to the car holding the pizzas, he completely lost his pants in the parking lot, which was not the first time Kevin's completely lost his pants. But I am in the car... Again, not being sympathetic or trying to help in any way. I'm just laughing because he's got these pizzas and he's trying to not look like a pervert in the parking lot. And
thankfully, the underwear didn't go down with the pants.
It was so funny.
That's been something that's happened a couple times where it's just all of it's out. Just all of it.
It has happened so many times that it's almost a problem.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened in a while, though.
Well, because I've gotten aware.
Started wearing smaller pants.
I started wearing smaller pants. I'm hard to get pants for, and some of it is in my own head that because I've lost enough weight to where I'm like wearing a 46, which to me is like there's no friggin' way. You know, you look at me and I'm like wide.
His birthday's coming up, and I was like going to get him some shorts. I'm like, what size? And he's like, I don't know, 50, 52. I'm like, no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
And so he looked at the pants he was currently wearing. He's like, oh, damn, these are 46.
Well, I'm real misshapen. And then I'm going to show you real quick.
Oh, my God.
I'm like real wide, but you can't really see it. But I don't have much of a waist, and I got no ass at all. I got a flat ass.
He has no hips.
I got no hips or nothing.
Nothing that would hold pants up.
Like torso and gorilla arms. And I'm like
these
misshapen.
Little skinny legs.
And I got, my legs are fantastic. If you judge my looks based on my legs, I'm freaking Mr. Perfect just about. But goddamn misshapen everywhere else with no ass. Thanks, Pop. I love you, Pop. But the no ass thing was a real burden.
It was a real burden in the parking lot at the pizzeria.
Yeah, well.
And on the dance floor.
I got out of the pool one time, and my mother-in-law, full-fledged, saw my whole ass. So that's happened.
That shouldn't happen anymore because our new pool ladder, you have to go down butt first.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't happen anymore.
Shouldn't.
Unless she's in the pool and you're getting out.
Well, that's what it was. I got out, and then,
look away. I was going to say,
I used to yell because I was hanging out with Richard and Kate a lot, and pants would start to go down, and I'd start yelling, avert your eyes, so Kate would know to not look in my direction, because there'd be my whole ass.
Better your whole ass than your asshole. All right, you're up.
All right, me. All right, so we didn't have a real honeymoon, and a few years after we got married, we did a couple weekend trips to a couple places, but finally, we actually did some real traveling and went to Baltimore. Now, that whole trip was a trip. But Baltimore is not a great place to go, except for
it's
a very small area around the harbor.
Okay, to be honest, we've never been to lots of different places in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We were in Inner Harbor, which if you stay in Inner Harbor,
is nice.
From what I understand, if you get too far out of that, then it becomes not the safest places. But where we were
is great. But if you stray outside of that, it's your ass. But anyway, and they have really one of the best aquariums that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of aquariums. Really nice.
That's why it's the National Aquarium.
When we got there, she found a deal. Kelly found a deal where it was a really good room for a really good price. That also came with a $50 gift card to Ruth's Chris and a special meal when you arrived. It was a cheese platter and a bottle of champagne. So we get there, and it's kind of a hassle to get in and out of Baltimore. And
for those of us that don't go into that part of the country.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, the GPS was telling me to go into a lane, and then it changed its mind. And
I told you to turn on top of it, and we were on an overpass, and it was like, turn here. We're like, what?
Yeah. And then finally I was like, well, the thing is telling me going straight through, which apparently it would have gone straight through for no apparent reason. But I ended up getting stuck in this median. And I was, cars just whizzing past me either way. And I'm like, I'm going to either pull out and die or somebody's going to have to stop. And there was just the slightest, briefest break, and I gunned it.
Clearly we made it because we're here today.
But it was crazy, right? It was crazy driving there. It was unbelievable. But anyway, so we get there and we're like, okay, we're looking for we're waiting for them to call us or whatever about this cheese plate. And it's getting to be 7 o'clock.
It was like 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
I mean, 8 o'clock starts, and we're calling the front desk and say, hey, part of this deal was this nice cheese platter with champagne. But they were like, huh, yeah, we do see that. You're supposed to get that. Oh, my God, we're so sorry. We're looking for it right now. Another half hour rolls around. We get a call from the manager, and he's like, and I'm just picturing him doing this number, which was like, yeah, can you look in your fridge? I was like, look in the fridge. Plop. And there's a picture of it on Facebook, but there's a picture of looking at it. There it is. There's the cheese platter and a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses. They just put it in the little fridge. They didn't tell us about it.
Well, what we've learned as we've traveled a little, we don't travel much, but as we have traveled, I try to find these nice hotels, but we really aren't the super nice hotel type. We don't know how that stuff
We got a
works.
budget. We got mid-range budget.
There's like stuff we're just like, oh, I don't know how this works. But yeah, that was funny. Yeah. That was what we had never been to Ruth's Chris before.
Oh yeah.
And we're like $50. And yeah, we realized that was like a third of the bill for the 2 of us.
It basically covered the tip. It was really well covered.
Yeah.
But it was really one of the best restaurant
experiences. I mean, we had a great time.
Yeah. I mean, the steak is great. We didn't understand that at Ruth's Chris, when you order sides, they're for both of them.
Everything's a la carte.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but you order mashed potatoes and there's a huge tub of mashed potatoes. We could have split it. We didn't know that.
We didn't.
And the waiter was so cool that like he's cleaning crumbs up in front of me. I'm like, I thought he was coming at me with a knife. I was like, what the heck? Oh, all right.
That's true. You were kind of taken aback by that guy.
He had
I'm gonna get shanked.
Yeah, I was like, he's just coming at my belly fat with a knife, and he was just there to scrape crumbs up.
He's like, chill.
And then he sent us a card. Like a couple weeks later, thanking us for coming. It was great. It was fun. It was fantastic.
We had a nice time. So my next one, I wrote my notes all on my phone, is actually a traveling one. Mm-hmm. Our first trip to Nashville.
Oh, I love that trip.
It was hot because we went in the middle of summer, and I'm talking, it was blazing hot. And we stayed at
the
Hyatt Place.
Hyatt Place.
And so we had gone to the Botanical Gardens because they had a Chihuly exhibit, and I love Chihuly. And so we had walked through the extreme heat for this Chihuly exhibit. And I think this was the same day. I don't know if this was the day. We got back to the hotel, and I'm like, I just want to go swimming. And they had an outdoor pool. And the hotel that we were staying at, a lot of the guys who were refixing the Opryland Hotel, because they had that flood the year before, were staying at the hotel we were at. So there was a lot of guys that were working, construction guys.
But not a lot of tourists.
But not really any tourists. So we got in the pool. We had the whole entire pool to ourselves.
For hours.
And it was probably the most relaxing afternoon I can ever remember.
Yeah.
Because
it was a real nice pool too.
A nice pool. It was hot, and we were like refreshed, and it was quiet, and we didn't have kids jumping around us, and like we had complete for just hours. We were the only 2 out there. It was so nice.
It was nice.
So that's like one of my favorite like travel memories. And it's such a simple little thing. Like I don't need to go see a lot of stuff and whatever, but that was one of my favorite memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Nashville. It's probably why I love Nashville so much.
I love Nashville.
I have all those good memories.
We've done Nashville together twice. I went once when I was a kid, but I'd go back in a heartpiat anywhere in Tennessee. Nashville's great.
Little big city or big little city.
I'd like to go to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And Pigeon Forge.
We're talking about
Opryland's nice, or not Opryland. Dollywood's nice and all, but there's other stuff to do in Pigeon Forge, not just Opryland or Dollywood. But Dollywood's really cool, even without doing all the rides. It's just a really cool place to go.
All right. What's your number one?
My number one. Well, my number one is our wedding. There's a lot of, the whole day was fantastic from start to finish. I could tell you stories about me and my buddy Chuck, my best friend, who was there, and we went and had lunch together, and it was great. But as far as our moments together, was the first part of it was when I first saw her, because we had her nephew as the ring bearer, and my Richard and Kate's daughter Rebecca, beautiful little girl, being kind of a flower girl, and they came up together, and the priest came down, and he bent over, and he was like, wrangling
directing them where to go,
But they were just the cutest kids in the world. Cute. They were real cute. And then all of a sudden they step out of the way, and there's Kelly right there with her dad. And it was like, oh, wow. It was the first time I saw her. And it was like, I remember it was just like, I just got smacked with like, this is the best moment ever. She's so beautiful. And and then we get into the ceremony, which was kind of cool. She's Catholic, and I'm not really anything, but and I've had to learn. I had to crash courses in Catholicism. Yeah, we'll tell the story about the Catholic weekend one day.
That almost came up in my top 5 because I actually really enjoyed.
There's a lot of it was a really good weekend. Funny stuff in that weekend. But anyway, at one point you were lighting candles. And I remember this because she was lighting my candle, but she was dumping hot wax onto my hand. And I'm thinking, she's burning the shit out of my hand and I can't curse about it. I'm sitting there trying not to be like, God damn it. Because I'm in a church, right? You start, fuck, man. You can't do that in a church. You do that in a church. Would be really
bad at our wedding.
Lightning would just be like striking me dead, right? Like Thor would like, smite you, motherfucker. Anyway, so I'm like, and she realizes what she's doing, so she pulls back. But luckily, the candle was lit, and we were able to move on. And I'm like trying to get this wax off my hands, and
totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but the wedding, everything about it. We had a bagpipe guy that was awesome. My family's there; they're having a great time, and then we went to the reception. The reception was cool.
It was a perfect day. It really was a perfect day.
My cousins thought that one of her dad's workmates was hitting on my Aunt Kathleen. Well, my Aunt Kathleen thought that, which I love my Aunt Kathleen, but she's not quite right in the head, so she probably misinterpreted some undue attention. So my cousin Joe was going to pitch him off about
he was just being friendly.
I know, but still, it was great. And then the absolute best moment was the end of it, because we got into this. It wasn't a stretch. It was just a limo, but it was just a small limo. It was just the two of us and the driver, James. And we had just gotten in the car. He loaded us in. Everybody's, sending us off. And it was just like a perfect little ride from the base, from a little club on the base to the hotel we were staying at on 5th Street. And it literally was one of the best moments of my life. We were just relaxing after it was done. We had a great time. Everybody was saying how it was just perfect. And
so that was your number one?
That's my number one.
My number one.
Oh.
Car after wedding.
Car after wedding.
My number one moment too. And, it's funny because you think about your wedding day and it goes by so fast. There's so much you just don't remember. Like, I don't remember what we ate. I don't remember what the cake tasted like.
Fish or something.
I just I don't remember. The moments I do remember, I mean, it was just, it was a perfect day, but it was busy. And I was busy with my girls ahead of time and the wedding itself and all of that. And the fun of the reception and the dancing and the kazoos and all of that kind of stuff. And we went from that huge celebration to this quiet car. And I think it was that transition from
chaos,
fun party to, okay, now it's just the two of us in this just enclosed little car. It felt like our own little personal bubble. And it was probably the best moment of my life, because all of the planning, all of the, we have a theme, don't we? All of that, it was all done. Everything went off without a hitch. Everyone had fun. We had a great time. And it was just like, that moment of that was my probably favorite moment ever.
Yeah.
So funny that you and I had the same favorite moment.
Yeah.
It was a good moment.
I figured we'd had more than one, but that was good.
It was a good moment. And I'll never forget James. He was so awesome.
Yeah. He was a real pro.
Mm-hmm.
And, he wasn't all.
It wasn't a long ride. It was maybe a 10-minute ride. We weren't very far away from the hotel, but just, I don't know. It was just that striking, crazy busy to completely quiet.
It was the perfect ending to a perfect day.
It was a perfect little punctuation mark on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So our top 5. So I purposefully left one of my favorite top 5 moments off my top 5 list. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to show it to you. And then when we come back from you watching that, we're going to show you our TikTok video of the week. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Well, keep watching because you're going to see one of my very favorite moments of Kevin ever. All right? We'll be back.
Come on, dude. Hi. We're doing like 10 miles an hour. You're keeping up with us. Come on, man. All right, come here. I'm gonna give you a little bit because you're. All right. It's coming. Jesus. Come on. Oh my God. Oh. There. It's all gone. Jesus.
Hello. My window's closed, so you can just go somewhere else. Bye. Alright, we have been in the park for maybe 10 feet, and we've lost 3 buckets of food already.
Jesus. And that's how I lost a fight with a llama. So what that was there's this, the Virginia Safari Park. It was up near Natural Bridge. It was a great area to go to. I highly recommend it. But we've gone to this safari park like 4 or 5 times. It's always been great. It's always a blast.
Never disappointed.
Never a disappointment. The first time we went was with her mom and dad in the van. Before they changed the rules, but we could have the doors open. Mm-hmm. And the same sort of thing happens. The llamas are all up in your business.
And the ostriches.
And my God. And all you hear about ostriches is like they're deadly, like velociraptors, right? But so I'm like on one side of the thing, like talking to this ostrich, Umu or whatever. And Kelly's laughing, and then she looks, and this llama had his face in front of her in the van, and she starts screaming. And the llama turns and looks at. There has to be a picture of it, but he's like smiling, like he's realized what he's done, and he just thinks it's hilarious.
And then we saw a baby llama being born when we were there one time. We pulled off on the side of the little path and for over an hour and watched that happen. And
the best is when we went with Mike. Because Mike's hilarious.
I'm sorry. And the lady told Mike, don't pet the zebras. So as soon as we pulled away, Mike's like, I'm petting the damn zebras.
And he did.
And he got nipped.
And it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
When the first time we went there with Dad, though, the camels were roaming free.
Yeah.
And then when we went back, you can't get close to the camels anymore, which, you'll see.
The reason why is because the camel, took the thing from Dad, snatched the bucket from his hand, chucked it like a shot, and then spit the bucket right back her dad. Camels
can be a bit aggressive, like you're going to find out in our TikTok video of the week. So stay tuned for that.
Yep. Enjoy it, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a
great
week.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, stop it. You can hurt it. Just take it. Go. Carry your ass. Go. Oh, God. Oh, God. He got this shit all over me. He's spitting at me. I don't like this at all. I don't like it. I'm nervous. I don't like it. Make him go away. I don't want him to stop.
Mom, the emu.
Oh, my God, he's licking me.
Get away from me.
He's trying to get it.
It's good.
Oh, shit.
Bro, could you roll my window, please?